Do you have a match for Barboza moving forward?
Let me see.
He's in line to fight for
140, Shawn.
Yeah.
The most. What did you say last night? Shawn talked about 140 and he said, I looked at 140 like it's 147 now. Am I wrong? No.
Listen.
140.
147.
I'm gonna just get a look. You look at a couple of names there.
147. There's a market at 147. The market is at 147 because of what I was explaining to you guys yesterday. There's a separation between 140, 147, and 154. 140. Sorry, to separate. Yeah, 140 and down. Usually you get a lot more speed than you get power. Obviously, we know Tank Davis at 135. Somewhat of an anomaly.
It is what it is.
It ain't too many guys. Rolly was leaning them. Rolly a punch away from getting leaned himself nowadays. You know, shout out to Barboza.
Barboza.
Shout out to him. We're gonna get him in a second. But there's always been a separation. At 147, you get it all. You get the speed, you get the power, you get the technique, you get
complete package.
You get the complete package at 147. Then when you get to 54, the package starts to fall off, and then 160 is usually one or the other. You get speed or you get power. You usually don't get the full package at 140.
And
at 160.
like you said, always it's some guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guys that are the exception.
The elites.
Yeah. And then as you move up, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So 135, 140, you usually get one or the other. Guys who have speed, guys who have power, but you don't get a great combination. 147 is that spark weight class, that spark market, because you get both. 140 is now that weight class. Is now that division. 140, clearly you got guys that got it all. And I love 140 at the moment. I think 140 is the new 147.
Yeah, it's just hot right now.
Yeah.
And like me and Shawn was talking, I think the king right now is Teo, with following up real close by Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And then after that, it starts getting interesting, Shawn.
It gets interesting.
It gets interesting.
So you think Teofimo beats everybody at 140?
Yes.
And then you think Haney beats everybody else at 140?
Yes.
And you think that is the fight to be made at 140?
Yes.
I agree 100%.
Until we get the Shakiras and the Tanks up there.
Yeah.
Right now, I got to get the guys at 140.
Yeah. I think, shout out to Matias. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his strength and his power.
I'm very impressed with his power. That's all I'm gonna say.
But my thing is, what happens when that doesn't work? What happens when there's a guy who's pinpoint accurate?
The last guy was game, Shawn.
Yeah.
He came game and he just took it.
No gas. That dude had no gas. He
lasted 3
rounds, 2 rounds.
3. He was rolling.
I don't want to hear that.
He was rolling.
I don't want to hear that.
He was rolling though.
I don't want to hear that.
All right.
They ain't the same.
All right, he was rolling though.
So shout out to Matias. I still got some question marks about Matias. Shout out to Jack Catterall. He flies under the radar.
Catterall, yeah.
I don't think he's like, he hasn't shown himself to be crazy elite, but he's really good.
Yeah.
And he definitely up in there, definitely up in there. I know Barboza he's in line to fight for one of the titles, and he really wants one of the titles. It's like I told them guys last night, man, you got to fight yourself into a fight.
Yeah.
I don't think he fought himself into a fight last night.
We have a bunch of big fights at 140 that can be made either way. Got Jose Ramirez just signed with the Zone. Golden Boy.
Yeah, we're Golden Boy.
Official last night. We still got Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
Don't forget about my man Barboza. We got Rolly Romero. Got it.
Why you ain't got Barboza in there? Barboza.
Because I knew I wasn't going to. Why you snitching? They don't even know that. Dang. It's up there if you look.
I see. You said you look right.
Yeah, you still got Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What about Rolly?
What about Rolly?
Why ain't you putting no respect on Rolly? Got a title, and he's a 2-time champion, I think, maybe 1. But anyways, Rolly got a title.
Let's get to Barroso.
Hold
get to Rolly.
All right.
And
then in the other guys at 140, why 140 so interesting? Richard Hitchison.
Oh yeah. Is he not on the list though? It don't matter. Oh, yeah. I ain't see the honorable mentions.
Why you keep snitching? Like, why you, even if they wasn't, just let me go.
They don't know they honorable mentions. Are
Okay.
they honorable mentions?
They just next. I put him as next.
Yeah.
And then Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah.
I mean, that 140, Shawn, is money making fights. So if those guys if you can maintain your weight and stay there for a while, that could be the career ending weight for you.
Something we ain't talked about. And I'm gonna remind y'all too of what the conversation used to be. We used to talk about 4 guys, and we were always trying to figure out other 4 guys who was the best. It was Teofimo Lopez, it was Shakur Stevenson, it was Devin Haney, and it was Ryan Garcia.
Well, Tank it.
Tank was always like in a class of his own.
Okay.
He was always in a class of his own.
All right, I thought I feel like I had Tank up in there.
No. Of those 4 guys.
Okay.
There was always that conversation. Who's the best of Ryan, Devin, Teofimo, and Shakur? And everybody wanted us to rank them. Mm-hmm. I had Ryan ranked last.
Okay.
I had Haney at 3.
Okay.
I had Teofimo I think I had Teofimo at 2, and then I had Shakur at 1.
Yeah.
I think. But that was when the guys were all at 130, or excuse me, 135, and then Shakur was at 130 at that point in time. But the reason why we were having that conversation is because all those guys kind of turned pro at the same time, blah, 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 blah. What's his name was in the conversation too. We were also talking about who was better, Virgil or Boots, who would win that fight against Virgil and Boots. Remember we was having that conversation about 2 years ago. Yeah. Now all these guys at 140. Teofimo, Haney, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Shakur's on his way.
Shakur's on his way.
Yeah. Tank's on his way.
What's it looking like now?
The trajectory of careers?
No. The way the ranking now.
Oh, if I rank those guys, I'm going T.O., Haney, Shakur, Ryan.
Even at 140, you got Shakur above Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan got to beat somebody for you to feel like.
Yeah. Ryan just got a great performance last. Ryan just has to have a good 2024.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do, man. Just get some fights on your belt.
When I looked at that,
I think he needs that ring experience.
Yeah. When I looked at it last night, I was like, wow. Like at one point, I had Devin Haney either 3 or 4. I didn't know if he was 3 or 4.
Because we just didn't know.
Yeah. And I was like, and Ryan's 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. I mean, Haney's clearly could be 1.
Could be. Could be. The Josh Taylor performance for T.O.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah.
It made me forget about the loss. That's how good that performance was. The loss and a bad performance.
Yeah.
Like the way he showed up that night, I said, "Man."
This is what I told people when I fought Keith Thurman. When I fought Keith, people would be like, "I don't know who I want to root for. I love you both." I said, "Yo, just show up to the fight and have a good time."
Yep.
Just show up to the fight and have a good time. And that's how you got to be about Teofimo and Haney. It don't matter who you got 1 and who you got 2.
Fight.
All right, so both of y'all killing noise. I don't want to hear it. All right.
Yeah.
Who I got at 1? I got Haney at 1.
Okay, I got T.O. at 1.
You got T.O. at 1.
Yeah.
You got T.O. at 1.
I think it all gets interesting when the Shakuras and the Tanks get up in there.
Yeah.
It makes it even more fun. But even until those guys even get there, which they basically are, you still got those other guys that's on the list, Shawn, still tough nights.
I know. Everybody's a tough night.
It ain't going to be a short night like last night for nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to make you earn it, and ain't no such thing as this side of the street. No matter where you at, you got to fight.
Yeah.
You got to fight. You got to eliminate you got to clean up that division to make it to those top guys. And Richard Hitchison and Gary Russell got something to say too.
They 100% got something to say.
So
I rank both of them above Barboza.
Well, Barboza got old man strength.
No, not Barboza. Barroso. Not Barroso.
Oh,
Barboza
really?
that fought last night. I have Hitchison ranked above him. I think Hitchison beats Barboza, and
Gary Russell.
I think Gary beats Barboza. Gary has a tank, and Gary got a style, and Gary got a chin. I think Gary Russell. I don't know which one would beat Arnold Barboza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it was a bad night for Barboza. I think he showed us what he has, who he is.
Should have do it. I'd rather a better performance to close the show.
Sure.
And that would have really got the attention of the Rollies in the crowd and people like that. Like, okay, we got something with this guy. Just at the end of the day, I think you mentioned something. You got to show people why they want to see you again.
Exactly. That's why
you can't just box.
Yeah.
Boxing ain't enough for the casuals.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't sure. First time I met the guy next to you last night, but I wasn't sure if that was his first time watching boxing or if he like a die hard like us. Mm-hmm. But you ain't gonna keep getting those guys to watch you if you don't come out and perform and really throw some hammers on people. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's showbiz.
Yeah,
and you gotta have a good performance.